Today, I'm 100% completing The Walking Dead Season 1, saving Clementine, making terrible life decisions, and emotionally traumatizing myself for YouTube content. If Lee dies again, I'm uninstalling my feelings. Surprisingly, this is a game where the zombies are actually the least stressful part of the story, because the real enemy is children making terrible decisions, and also Larry's blood pressure. All we have to do for every single achievement in Season 1 is play every episode. That is all. So, for your entertainment, I made this a comedy. So we start the game with Lee in the back of a police car. Man is already having the worst day of his life. Bro woke up this morning thinking, yeah, today might be a productive day. Fast forward 2 hours later, man committed a crime, got arrested, and is now in a police car talking to a cop who will not shut the hell up. The cop starts trauma dumping his whole life story. Bro is like, yeah, my wife left me, my son hates me, the world is falling apart. My guy, you're a police officer driving a criminal. This is not a therapy Uber ride. Then the cop crashes the car because he's staring at a zombie like, wow, that guy looks sick. Yeah, bro, he's dead. That's kind of the whole vibe of the apocalypse. Lee wakes up like he just got hit with 4 shots of Walmart tequila. Man can barely walk. Then he looks over and sees the cop as a zombie. And Lee's first reaction is basically, sir, respectfully, you look like shit. The zombie slowly crawling toward Lee is the most polite zombie ever. Bro isn't even attacking yet. He's just like, hey man, you got any brains? Lee finally grabs the shotgun and shoots the cop, which is crazy because the cop earlier was talking non-stop. Now suddenly he's quiet. Funny how that works. Then we meet Clementine, the most protected child in gaming history, because if anything happens to Clementine, every player immediately becomes John Wick. Clementine just casually trusts Lee immediately, which is insane, because imagine being a kid and seeing a random man covered in blood. Like, hi, and your response is, yeah, you seem trustworthy. Clementine's survival instincts were on airplane mode. Lee says, my name's Lee. Meanwhile, Clementine is probably thinking, this dude definitely committed a crime. Lee asks where her parents are, and Clem is like, they're in Savannah, which is basically the zombie apocalypse version of saying, yeah, they're probably not coming back. Then we meet Sean and Chet, 2 guys who look like they were in the middle of arguing about Xbox versus PlayStation when the apocalypse started. Everyone piles into the truck, which is crazy because during a zombie apocalypse, your survival strategy apparently is let's trust random strangers immediately. Then we meet Larry, the human equivalent of an expired can of beans. This man wakes up every day choosing violence. Larry talks like he's been angry since 1994. Larry immediately hates Lee, which is wild because the world ended like 8 minutes ago and this man already found someone to beef with. Bro speedrunning racism. Everyone in this game argues like they're in a Twitter comment section. Nobody listens. Everyone is yelling. And somehow the zombies are the most chill ones around. But honestly, the real reason this game hurts so much is because the entire story is basically Lee trying his best while everyone else makes terrible decisions. It's like being the only responsible person in a group project during the apocalypse. Alright, episode 2, we're back. Last episode we met Clementine, which means my job for the rest of this game is basically Dad Simulator, but with zombies and depression. Now we have to give food to the group, which is basically the apocalypse version of office politics. Who deserves food, who doesn't, and who is about to start World War III over half a cheese cracker. Larry is over here breathing like a broken washing machine. This man has the heart condition of a McDonald's deep fryer, and he's still acting tough. Bro, relax. Your heart is buffering. Then Mark shows up out of nowhere. Dude appears like a DLC character nobody installed. Everyone just accepts him instantly. Then we pull up to the St. John dairy farm, and the place looks way too clean in a zombie apocalypse. If something looks this nice, someone is definitely getting eaten. They sit everyone down for dinner, and the food looks amazing. But I'm watching this like, yeah, that's definitely a human thigh. And then we find Mark with both his legs gone, and suddenly the dinner makes sense. Bro, they turned this man into a farm-to-table cuisine. Lee walks in like, you guys are eating people, and the St. Johns are like, technically, yes. Then Larry collapses, and Kenny looks at him like he's about to unplug the Wi-Fi router. This is the moment the game asks, do you save Larry or you speedrun the problem? Kenny grabs a salt lick, and bro, that wasn't mercy. That was a Mortal Kombat fatality. So yeah, episode 2 taught us something important. never trust a farm that looks like it came from Pinterest. Also, important note, we kill every single freaking member of the house. We kill that whole family for trying to enslave us and use us, making us their dinner. Like, what the hell? Episode 3. Episode 3 begins with the group realizing everything is getting worse. Food is gone, people are stressed, and everyone in the group now has the emotional stability of a Twitter argument. Lily and Kenny argue every 12 seconds. These two hate each other more than console war fanboys. Then Duck starts acting weird, and everyone knows what's happening, except him. Bro is infected, but still talking about, "Hey guys, look, a train." Then Katja takes Duck into the woods, and the tone of the game suddenly changes from sad story to, oh, this game is emotionally violent. Gunshot. Katja is gone. Duck is dying, and Kenny just lost his entire family in 10 minutes. Lee has to shoot Duck, which is one of the most depressing moments in gaming, and the game just casually says, make the choice. Like, bro, can I choose therapy instead? Then the group gets on the train, which is somehow their transportation plan, because nothing says safe like a loud metal box attracting every zombie within 5 miles. Chuck appears, a random homeless philosopher, and somehow he's the most emotionally intelligent person in the entire group. Chuck basically tells Lee, hey bro, teach Clementine how to survive, which translates to, congratulations, you're now a full-time apocalypse dad. Episode 4, Around Every Corner. Episode 4 begins with the group entering Savannah, which looks like zombie Disneyland. Kenny is losing his mind, which is understandable, but at this point, Kenny is operating purely on rage and vibes. Then Clementine gets kidnapped, and suddenly the entire game turns into find Clem or everyone dies. The kidnapper keeps calling Lee, talking like a villain, monologuing on Discord. Bro is acting like he's the Joker of the zombie apocalypse. Then Lee gets bitten. And that's when you realize, yeah, this game is about to emotionally destroy us.
No. 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 Fuck.
Episode 5, No Time Left. Episode 5 starts with Lee being bitten, which means we now have a timer on the main character. Great, love that. Then the group decides to cut off Lee's arm. Medical advice from YouTube comments, but I chose to keep it. You know, he needs both of his arms until he dies, at least. Lee is now running through Savannah like half dead, still trying to save Clem. This man is fueled entirely by dad energy. Then we meet the stranger, the dude who kidnapped Clementine, and his entire villain speech is basically, you didn't feed my family, bro. Bro, there were 8 crackers total. Relax. Lee saves Clementine, but he's dying, and the final moment hits. Lee tells Clem what to do, how to survive, how to stay strong, and then Clementine has to shoot Lee.
I'll miss you.
Me too.
The end. This is the part when every player realizes this wasn't a zombie game. This was actually a depression simulator with decision making. Like and subscribe. I had a whole lot of fun making this video, putting it all together, working night by night. If y'all want to see season 2, comment down below. Season 2 we lit. Without further ado, it's been your boy Dan. We have fun over here when games don't give us depression, as that is. This is another 100% completion done in my The Hunt series, where we 100% every game that exists. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.